Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by longtime Patreon supporter Brett. Huge thanks to Brett and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Brett reached out asking for a deck for his friend May, who really likes planeswalkers. So this will be a Superfriends deck led by Jared Cathalion with a budget of about $300. More on that later. If you're enjoying my content, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate the support, and if you liked the deck list, consider sharing this video as well. Jared Cathalion is a 5-mana legendary planeswalker with 5 starting loyalty. We may add a loyalty counter to create a 3/3 Kavu creature token with trample that is all colors. We may remove 3 loyalty to put +1/+1 counters on up to 2 target creatures equal to the number of colors that creature is. Or we may remove 6 loyalty counters to return target multicolored card from our graveyard to our hand. If that card was all colors, we draw a card and create 2 treasure tokens. Finally, Jared Cathalion may be our commander. So Jared is creature generation and card advantage, both of which are important. Now, Brett asked that this deck be vicious, with win cons that would make a nicer Magic player flinch in terror. And so, gentle viewer, if your goal is to introduce as little salt as possible to your commander games, I implore you to turn away. Before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is made famous by their boulders, solid, reliable, and affordable deck boxes. Boulders are now available in solid colors, like this beautiful purple one seen here. Find out if your local game store carries the new Ultimate Guard solid color boulders, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. One last announcement before we get into our video. In addition to streaming on Twitch, I will be dual streaming on a new YouTube channel as well. Check out Gaming with Danon if you want to catch me live. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Bajuka Bog, Myriad Landscape, Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse, Broker's Hideout, Cabaretti Courtyard, Maestro's Theater, Obscura Storefront, Riveteer's Overlook, Esper Panorama, Grixis Panorama, Jund Panorama, Naya Panorama, Bant Panorama, 4 Plains, 4 Islands, 4 Swamps, 4 Mountains, and 4 Forests. Eventually, when May wants to upgrade, she can swap out all of the common fetches for real fetch lands, and then cut 2 of each basic for shocks. But a full set of fetches and shocks, despite recent reprints, is still about $350. Wrenn and Realmbreaker, Narset of the Ancient Way, Nissa Who Shakes the World, Freyalise Lanoir's Fury, Sol Ring, Arcane Signet, Chromatic Lantern, Crucible of Worlds, Conduit of Worlds, Ramen-Up Excavator, Perennial Behemoth, Burgeoning, Azusa Lost But Seeking, Dryad of the Elysian Grove, Exploration, and Leyline of the Guild Pack help us to ramp out and cast our spells. The combination of fetch lands with the ability to replay them from the graveyard on top of playing them more than once per turn is extremely powerful, but not exactly cheap. Karth the Lion, Vraska Betrayal's Sting, Teferi Master of Time, Teferi Temporal Pilgrim, Lolth Spider Queen, Obnixilis Reignited, and Chandra Torch of Defiance help us to dig through our deck. I know it's a smaller package than usual, but we have a lot of planeswalkers that also draw us cards. These 7 are in here almost entirely to help with card advantage, though. Abrade, Assassin's Trophy, Beast Within, Generous Gift, Negate, Counterspell, Commit Memory, Swords to Plowshares, Narset Parter of Veils, Oko Thief of Crowns, Teferi Time Raveler, Ashiok Dreamrender, and Karn the Great Creator help to keep our opponents in line. You'll note we have 4 pieces of removal specifically there to take out the Immortal Sun. Jockle Hops, Dam, Cyclonic Rift, Armageddon, and Obliterate help to reset the board while our planeswalkers take over the game. What? I told you it was evil. Oko the Ringleader, Commodore Guff, Nicol Bolas Dragon God, Chandra Legacy of Fire, Elspeth Sun's Champion, Nicol Bolas Godpharaoh, Ajani the Great-Hearted, Garruk Cursed Huntsman, Kazmina Enigma Sage, Sarkhan the Masterless, Ugin Spirit Dragon, Nissa Vital Force, and Tezzeret Master of the Bridge make up the core of our deck and how we plan on winning. Supporting our plan, we're also running Oath of Teferi, Broker's Ascendancy, the Chain Veil, Ichor-Moon Gauntlet, Flux Channeler, Atraxa Praetor's Voice, Evolution Sage, Spark Double, and Jaya's Phoenix. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 52 mana sources split between 36 lands and 16 pieces of ramp. A little high, but that's fine. 7 pieces of card advantage, 13 pieces of interaction, 5 board wipes, 3 pieces of graveyard hate in Commit Memory, Bojuka Bog, and Ashiok Dreamrender, 1 sudden I win card in Ichor-Moon Gauntlet. With enough planeswalkers on board, Ichor-Moon Gauntlet basically gives us infinite turns. Of course, with Oath of Teferi, you only need half as many planeswalkers to pull this off. Now, Super Friends decks not only have a bunch of planeswalkers, you want to win the game with them as well. And even if we don't ever use Ichor-Moon Gauntlet to take a ton of extra turns, we can use it to proliferate a bunch of times and then use Nicol Bolas Godpharaoh to exile our opponent's everything. Or Vraska Betrayal Sting to put someone at 9 poison counters. Or we can just turn all of our planeswalkers into dragons and kill everyone with Sarkhan the Masterless. Going back to the idea of winning with planeswalkers, that means we need to protect our Super Friends. The easiest way to get rid of a planeswalker is just to attack them with creatures. So our deck has 2 defenses against that. A lot of board wipes, and a lot of planeswalkers that create creatures. There are other ways to protect planeswalkers though. We could use cards like Ghostly Prison to discourage attacking, or Pramikon Sky Rampart to point our opponents elsewhere. But both of those take up slots in our deck, and we only have 100 cards to work with. Do you have a Super Friends deck? Who's your commander? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. For only $25, you too can have a commander video built at your request. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Borgie, Nazwin, Pedro, Midge, Alex, Alex, Julio, Valeri, Conga, Ignis, RJ, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Joel, and Brock. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.